I am concerned that the long-term outlook for Israel and for U.S. interests relating to Israel may be much more troubled than the U.S. intelligence and policy-making communities have yet appreciated. Attention has been drawn to certain of the discrete problems Israel faces, but the long-term challenge of Israel's many problems has not yet been recognized in either their totality, cumulative force, or very serious implication for the United States. The problem will continue to be one on and beyond the mere military balance. For the main problem of the Israelis, which they also impose on the United States, is their perception that they must be so strong that no one will even consider any kind of attack. If the Israelis lose anything in a limited conflict, they consider this psychologically unacceptable to their strategic superiority, a definition of security few nations can afford to maintain or even attempt to justify, and Israel's security problems will become even more acute if radical Arab successor governments should appear in Jordan and Egypt. Implications for the United States. 9. The potential of being tied to a more unstable, vulnerable, and volatile Israeli ally. 11. Because of continuing close ties to Israel, a prospect of increasing Arab hostility to the United States. U.S. facilities and personnel will be the target of Arab terrorism on a continuing and probably growing scale. U.S. policies will meanwhile encounter increasing flack from moderate or previously moderate Arab governments. 12th, a further diminishing of prospects for any negotiated settlement of substantial Palestinian or Arab-Israeli issues. 13. Continuing U.S. inability to restrain Israel from dramatic unilateral military forays, etc. A continuing widespread blame for the consequences of our alleged puppets initiatives. 16. And some, unless present patterns are changed markedly, close and increasing ties with our Israeli, all will, over the long run, probably confront the United States with substantially more expense, risk, diplomatic isolation, and Soviet pressure on the Near East. 17. Without in any way being a professional crepe hanger or an Israel basher, or unappreciative of the uniqueness of our Israeli ally in the Middle East region, or the benefits the United States derives from our alliance, one has to acknowledge that something markedly different is needed in long-range U.S. Middle East policies. Serious consideration of realistic alternatives is badly needed. Now, this is in no way a new conclusion. It has been voiced by many to date. The only problem is that the U.S.-Israeli relationship continues basically unchanged on its present, losing course. 18. The central obvious focus of new emphases must be a much more determined, much more sustained U.S. effort to create and maintain good relations with moderate Arab government and publics, strengthening them in the process against radical political, social elements within and adjacent to their societies. This needed U.S. change of emphasis means continuing support of Israel, but within a more even-handed overall regional policy, willingness to meet legitimate requests from moderate Arab entities for modest levels of military, technological, and economic assistance, willingness to say no to certain requests from Israel in the knowledge that it has nowhere else to go. American willingness, executive, Congress, and the public to support such change policies. Here there will be great, albeit very difficult, opportunity for U.S. administrations to educate the country on the stark realities of the long-range Middle East future and on the overriding requirement that U.S. national interests remain paramount.